Didn't even realize it. Here I am trying to get ready for another live, and I got unruly hairs. They're being unruly. Gotta turn my phone on because I didn't even realize I hit the go live option. So, just gonna be winging it as we go. I'm gonna pack my pipe while I'm winging it. Let's see. This is what I mixed this. I think this was this Irish cask and Elizabethan mixture. That's what this is gonna be. Oh, there we go. Got the phone open, and yeah, like I said, just getting the pipe packed. I don't know if you guys smoke pipe or not, but I like them. Normally I smoke cigars, but these are pretty cool new way of dabbling in the age-old tradition of tobacco smoking. This is what I got right here. Just a ebony style, I guess. It's supposed to be ebony wood. It doesn't really seem like ebony, to be honest. Okay, I'm actually going to be varnishing a stick for my nephew tonight. But it's, I'm getting to that point. I'm going to be varnishing a stick for him. And probably not going to be live too long. All right. So, Irish cask and the Elizabethan stuff. Elizabethan actually is not bad. I think it's aromatic. I'm not sure, but either way, it's actually not bad. It's pretty tasty. Let's see. All right, now let's go. We're gonna actually try. Let's try Instagram tonight. What you guys say about that? I know I'm so boring tonight. Sometimes I have more to say, but this whole shindig cut me off guard. Let's see. Let me get this going. I'm just going to put tinkering. Come on, smartphone. Do smart things. I need a shirt that says that. Come on, smartphone, do smart things. Tinkering. All right, my phone figured it out eventually. All right. Oh, hey, guys. How's it going? I am Rachel. This is Forge Le Femme. And I am getting ready to do some varnishing. I'm smoking a pipe while I'm doing it. But, yeah, this is actually the victim tonight. The specimen. I'm just going to be doing a walking stick. I actually made this for my nephew. And little shillelagh style. I'm going to be cleaning up the end, the whole stave, I guess you could say. And then I'll be putting another coat of varnish on it, and I'll be gifting it to him before too long. He's just a little guy, little 15-month-old. So pretty excited to give this to him. His parents are big into hiking, and I gave them some really nice hiking sticks just earlier this year. Okay, let me get some high-grade sandpaper and get this show on the road. If you guys got any questions, both rude or polite, ask away. Sometimes the rude ones actually turn out to be kind of funny and fun. I need to get some sandpaper that is suitable for this job. And it looks like... What are you? This'll work. I got some 320 right here. And then Mr. Timmy. Hi, Timmy. Mr. Timmy. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Do a short side. You know, when it comes down to using sandpaper, I actually like to use waterproof or wet or dry. This one actually says wet or dry. Some will say waterproof. This is, 3M. And to me, it's actually worth it. It's been a noticeable difference because like I do a lot of hand sanding on steel, and I like hand sand a knife, like the blade, so it's, you get rid of like the forge marks and all that. And if it's wet or dry or waterproof or whatever they want to label it as, I found that stuff, it just does much better. And when I do hand sanding, I actually do it with oil, just mineral oil, and not water. It just mineral oil, or any kind of oil for that matter, over water, it doesn't cause it to break down quite so bad. But water can cause sandpaper to break down quickly. Even wet or dry, it can still cause it to break down pretty fast. But this is me just getting those little bumpy high spots down and whatnot before I put the final coat on it. That is all it is. And Adriel Flores, this, hi, no one cares. You joined? I have to say that. That is like, that's really funny. That's like a self-own. Like, it's like an honestly epic cell phone. And Mr. Timmy says, are you a hunter? Yes, I am. I do hunt. Actually, might go turkey hunting later this year. I actually thought I was going to be able to hand it right off to him. Then I did a quick inspection when my family was visiting today, and it was gotta do some quick touching up. And sister and her husband have actually had to take their walking sticks that I made for them, and they have to like keep them out of their son's reach now because he loves them so much. They don't know why, but he just thinks they're just the most fun thing in the world to run around the house with. And they're, adult sized, so they're huge. And so he's getting his own little stick that he can run around with. And he'll have one much more appropriate to his height instead of one that's like almost 5 feet tall. Actually, I think theirs are like 4.5, but still. Where are you guys all coming from anyway? I'm out of Detroit. We had some tornadoes here recently, actually. It was wild. I've never actually experienced one before, but I had one above where I live. And I did hear that time-honored sound of, they say it will sound like a train, which there's a train going by right now, actually. And actually, I didn't think it sounded as much like a train as others said. I thought it sounded more like industry. And growing up in Detroit, city of industry, that's what it sounded more like to me. But it was very trippy, very, very, very wild. And it did some interesting damage to an intersection not far from where I live. If you guys look it up, it's Fort Street and Outer Drive, and you will see that the traffic lights, because it's like 1, 2, 3 lights, it's broken this way, and like all the lights are across the intersection, and nobody's ever seen anything like that before. The storm chasers that saw it were like, what in the heck? So if you guys want to look that up, it's on TikTok and everywhere because it was really bizarre. Let's see. Jack used the code. Can you make me moderator so I could delete bad comments on the live? That's very kind. I appreciate that. Stick around for a while, and you never know. I just might. I have wondered about getting a moderator on these comments, but honestly, the bad comments are kind of humorous because they're never really clever, and they're usually, what I'm guessing, are like angsty youths, and I was an angsty teen at one time. You know what I mean? But no, I do appreciate the offer. It's very kind. I don't usually get too many, to be honest. I just don't get offended by much, and they just, decide to hop on their merry trolling way, and we all just be like one big happy family at the end. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm gonna varnish that. I gotta move this hand file though. Let's see. Where's my pipe? Alright, let's get this stuff all swirled up. You're funny, not in a bad way. Hey, I'll take that. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I am not very easily offended. There are some people, maybe they do, I don't know. But there's actually been some that were trolling pretty hard. And I just either wasn't taking the bait or wasn't doing what they wanted. And they end up actually hanging around and becoming pretty cool in the end. It was actually a funny turn of events. And one of them hung around for like 20 minutes. It has got to be a record for a troll to just want to hang out with the person that they tried offending, and it didn't work. And they actually became like asking like fun questions and became a part of the whole group dynamic. And oh, I gotta get an acid brush. Hang on. What are they? There they are. thought I had everything planned, and clearly I did not. Actually, let's get this popped open with the good old, let's actually move this stuff. Oh, knocked off my safety glasses. Okay. I see something like that. Not that. Okay, alright. Usually I'm like way better off at what I'm doing tonight. Yeah, tonight I'm not rocking in the free world. I don't know what's going on. I guess it's because I'm just like getting back to being used to being live. And so yeah, here we are. I need to tamp down my bowl a bit. There we go. I should burn better now. Although it's pretty humid out here, so I don't know. We'll see. We've been having rain for days. I think my tobacco might be a bit too humid too with all the humidity we've had. I was actually letting it sit out to dry, and I think the humidity got to it. Seems like I'll get like one good puff, and then it kind of dulls out pretty quickly. I'm gonna push you that way. It's all my pipe tobacco for my neck of bowl. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pack that bowl right now. Always hanging out. Okay, this is gonna be a blend of like 3 different kinds of tobacco, but hey, that's what it is. I'll probably smoke this tonight too. We shall see. I found that I am not as into aromatics as I was expecting to be. I'm actually kind of anti-aromatic, it seems, at this point. I also have a tobacco channel, if you guys want to follow me there. I only started not long ago. I haven't really made any, I think I made like 1 or 2 videos, but it's called Clubhouse Smokes. And that's where I will start posting more, because I love this stuff. Okay, let's turn this brightness up. And there we go. Turn it all the way up, why not? I used to use oil-based varnish, and then I started going to water-based. Oil-based it's very nice. I like oil-based anything given choice, but it is much more temperamental to work with than water is, and it takes so much longer to dry. And I'm not convinced at this point that it is actually any better than water-based, because this water-based stuff has come a long, long way. And so now this is what I use. And also, I don't know if they did it as a way to show you that it's still wet, but it has this almost like hue of an almost blue color. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but in person it's almost a blue. And that will basically hang around until it's tacky, not dry, but tacky. Okay. And then with the oil stuff, like with branches, because these are made out of tree branches, you will get little pieces that are, how do I put it? Like a little bumpy. And when you'd hit them with like the oil, it would foam up really bad and it would dry that way. Man, yeah, it's still. Let's see if I can tamp it down a tiny bit. Yeah, a little bit. Might burn better. No wonder why I need to touch it up. These pieces are, like, you can skip right over certain areas with the way the indentation, the way the little branch end sticks out. And the cool thing about this water base is when it foams up, you can quickly go over it and brush out the foam, and then it'll be like smooth again. Actually, it's pretty cool. This is coming out to be less like a aromatic and like a, I don't know, like a mildly aromatic, I guess you could say. And it's hitting the spot while doing this varnishing on this stick better than I expected, even. And I'm new to pipe tobacco and smoking pipes, so it's all a learning experience to say the very least. But a fun one nonetheless. I don't know what it is about smoking a pipe, but I like it. Now let's do a flip and get the other side. And then my little nephew, before too long, will have a nice little handmade walking stick. Pretty excited to give it to the little guy so he can get out and hike him with his parents. They're big into hiking and they go like Smoky Mountains and all that stuff, so it'd be pretty cool to get some trail pictures from them. Yeah, it's just, I'm so happy I came across this water-based varnish because what I started using was oil base, and oil base is actually very nice. It makes an extremely nice finish, but man, that stuff is temperamental. It's hard to work with. And the weirdest thing, the lid, I had the hardest time keeping the lid from becoming like able to close right. And so I was losing a lot because it was drying. And yeah, that was unfortunate. But to say it's a tougher finish than water based, some will say that over, like just historical biases and whatnot. But this water based stuff is it's legit. I am a fan of it. And it doesn't foam up near as bad as the oil based. That oil based stuff, you look at it wrong. It's foaming up. Oh, however, we're still going. There we go. I have to let this sit. It usually takes about, I don't know, it kind of seems like a 20 to 30 minutes where you can like not really handle it, but very gingerly move it around if you need to. I mean, avoid at all costs when you can, of course. But it can be kind of tacky at that time frame. But you just be gentle with it gingerly, and you'll be able to move it just fine. And this particular wood, I believe this is, I can't remember if it's autumn olive or service berry. It's one of the two. And it's really strong. And autumn olive tends to be quite strong with a nice springiness to it, whereas service berry tends to be very strong with really not much springiness to it, quite rigid. You know, you guys ever seen Harry Potter and they talk about the wands? Think about it that way. Light and springy. This is light and rigid. I love Harry Potter movies. I love the books. I read them all multiple times. Favorite books ever. There's a little bit I'm missing. No, I was missing the tiniest little bit. It's like that little bit that you always be able to see. So I had to get that taken care of real quick. Oh no, I gotta. Okay, that's taken care of. All right. So I think that'll be all. That was my live. I did some varnishing on the stick. Thank you all for hanging around. Let's see. At the close out Instagram. There we go. All right. Rachel from Forge Le Femme. Peace.